So as we tip toward the sun, it's time to bring the yuccas out of hibernation, bring them back outside. Now the chance of a severe frost is gone. And because they've been inside over the winter, in the dry, warm air in the house, lots of the leaves have died off. So we always just snip these off, tidy it all up a bit. You have to be careful doing this because you can poke your eye out with these things quite easily. I always think about Palm Sunday when I'm cutting these things. When I was a kid I used to go to church and we used to get these little crosses made out of palm leaves, which is very similar to these things here. It makes me think of them for some reason. I could make little crosses out of these, sell them as palm leaves, palm crosses for Palm Sunday. You can see in the ones that have been nearest the heater in the house have got the worst damage. As you can see, this one here is perfect because this one was furthest from the heater and it's got no dead leaves on there at all, looking very healthy. Now all these yuccas that you see here, they all came from Aldi, maybe more than 25 years ago, and it was one little plant, and I always kept cutting off bits and putting them in new pots, and now I've got all these plants here just from one little plant at Aldi, and they really are tough plants, and I'm not sure they possibly would survive through winter outside. I've seen a few in gardens around here outside over winter, and this year we had about a week of weather that was really below freezing, but they'll probably survive that. I've seen giant ones in Barcelona, and even in Barcelona they get the odd few days below zero as well, I think. But the ones in Barcelona were absolutely enormous and they were planted in parks. So maybe they would survive. They probably would survive if they were planted in the earth and not in pots. I'm not sure if these pointed things would actually blind you, but they would scratch your cornea. And I already scratched my cornea once, but not with yucca plants, with a guitar string once, and it's really painful. It's like having sand in your eye for about a month. This one could do with a repot. As you see, the root base is solid. I've already done a video about repotting this one, and it's already outgrown this pot already, and eventually it'll bust the pot open. But I think we can let it go for another year. And another reason I've decided to put them out today as well is because it looks like rain today, and well, it's forecast heavy rain tonight, and I want these yuccas to get an absolute soaking tonight because the root balls are pretty dry, and I want them to get a good 12-hour soaking. And you see how they come to life after that. It's amazing, really. They're so tough, these plants. And by tomorrow, or a couple of days, if they've been out in the rain, you see all the new green, the leaves pumping up with fresh water. They're looking a bit yellowy and dried out at the moment. But within a week or two out in the weather, they'll get better. You see this sort of like that. It's too warm and dry in the house for them. That's why. It is a bit of a chore to bring them out and take them in every year. But I like them, and I just bought one of these cheap sack barrows, and you get them under there and like slip it under, so you can move them with the minimum of force. And I've got a bit of a bad back at the moment, and see, I don't have to do any lifting at all, so I just move them around, take them down. Yeah. Using the power of the leverage, save your back. That's the way to do it, isn't it? So that's my yucca job done for today. Now I've got to clean these windows, because they've been up against the windows all winter and it gets a bit dusty inside. So that's the next job, window cleaning. Have a great day.